You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on the MindCrack server. As always, this is Jason, and you missed a little bit. You missed just a little bit of things. I decided to do some busy work on a stream earlier today, and what that means is I wanted to get this leather here that we needed to make the enchanting table, and I figured the best way to do that was to fish. So I did a little bit of streaming, and I got the leather we needed to make the enchanting table, and I did a bit more busy work. One of the things I decided to do in said busy work was to go into the Nether and put a Nether portal at the top of the Nether. So as you can see, our Nether portal here is at basically the top. If we look at our F3 here, we're at our Y is 113, and I died. We did so well. I want you to know I did fantastic. I was the best guy building in the Nether that you've ever seen. I dug up over here. Down here was where we were. Made a nice little staircase down to where our portal was before. I'll take you down there. Take you on a little journey. In case you missed the stream. So I'm not going to do anything on the stream. I mean, in this case, I did something on stream that I wish would have been in an episode. But this is basically busy work. Like, I would have had to cut all that out. Me digging up here. Here's where the portal used to be, and so I brought it up there. But I would have had to cut all this out anyways. A lot of digging and stuff. So I was coming. Lava in the Nether, scary stuff, right? So I hit a pocket of lava somewhere here. You'll see where the thing diverts. It starts going one direction, not the band. Where's that at? I think it's around this bend right here. Well, somewhere here. Yeah, right here, where it starts going up further this way. I hit lava. I think it's probably right about behind there. So, I was quick on my feet. I protected myself. I was ready, prepared, and I didn't let it burn me up. And it was great. Everything was great. And then came up here, dug up here, thought everything was fine. Got all the way up here. Decided, about 110 is where I was going to stop at and build my stuff. Started digging this out, and there was one fucking source block of lava right here. And it burned me up, man. Burned me right up. Lost everything. Everything we had went up in flames. I got that earlier from a creeper, by the way. Skeleton creeper extravaganza. So in my fishing, I had fished up a power 3 bow. Fantastic power 3 bow, and combined that with another power 3 bow, and I had a power 4 bow. Yes, you can see it's gone. Burned right up. Burned it right the hell up. So I went out, found some more diamonds, and here we are. This is where we're at now. So that's what you missed earlier today. This happened when I wasn't streaming or anything. The skeleton horse here. I was clearing off this area up here because this is where I want to build our house at. I want to build a little house up here, and I've kind of decided on a design, and I don't have the blocks we need. How do you polish this? Like that. What's it look like? Yeah, that's not what I want. What I think I want is quartz. I think I want some quartz, but I've heard there's a bone block now too, and I haven't looked at that. But I probably don't have enough bones for such bone block shenanigans. I assume it's something like that, and I would be wrong. Something like that. Still wrong. How the fuck do you make a bone block? Is that even a thing? Have I been trolled? Okay, let's pretend I didn't even talk about such a thing. Bone blocks are stupid. Look at all these blocks. See, that one's not so bad. That one doesn't tickle anything. No fancies are tickled by that block. They've updated, well, we've updated to the newer snapshot here, and they've managed to break some stuff here when it comes to inventory. Like, watch this. I don't know how they managed to break that, but they certainly did, and it's really annoying if you are used to placing things. If you're used to playing the game, if you've ever played the game before, you're not going to have a good time right now, unfortunately. So hopefully they fix that before too long, because it's really annoying. So what I think we want to do, we're still, you know, we've done a lot of caving. Where's this guy? Is this guy like coming from way far away? We've done quite a bit of caving, so I kind of don't want to do any caving today. Where's my quartz? Here we go. I had gathered quite a bit of quartz before I went and killed myself. I think I want that to be part of my house. I kind of want some wood I don't have access to, it looks like. I'd like to sleep, but that's not going to be something I get to do right now. What do you drop? This helmet. It's got protection 1 on it. So I want to tell you guys a story today. Story time, everybody get your popcorn. And I don't know if I should tell it. It's not meant to be mean, but it could be taken that way. I got this friend. His name is Tomas. And if you saw the recent podcast, I kind of told the story in that. But if you haven't seen the podcast, and I know a lot of you haven't, if you have, you're going to hear it again. If you haven't, well, you're going to hear it for the first time. So, you guys know we just had our marathon. I think I'm going to go to the Nether and gather some Nether quartz and kind of venture around a bit, see if I can get lucky and find a fortress. Let's write down the coordinates here, though, because I could pretty easily not find it ever again. Negative 260, 3, negative 62. Alright. On my penis, that's been written. Starting to run out of room. It's a good thing it's so big. Those that have been around a while will get the reference. So, I got a friend named Tomas. You guys will know him as the guy that works at Skype. Talked about him plenty of times. He doesn't work at Skype anymore, actually. He's got a new job. I can't say with who. I think he's under an NDA or something. Anyways, doesn't matter. Where he works now, it doesn't matter. The thing about Tomas is he's not from this country. Not that that matters at all, for the most part. But it matters in the context of this story. Now, we see Tomas. I met Tomas for the first time. Tomas is a fan, but I met him for the first time at TwitchCon last year. And since then, he's helped us with several Skype-related issues. He's the only reason why I ever joked around and said that it's a great application for business purposes, because you've all heard how many terrible Skype situations we've actually had. And so it's kind of a shitty application most of the time, for being honest and not joking around. But, you know, sometimes it's not terrible. Most of the time it is. For the most part, we don't even use it anymore. Alright, let's not even stand down in there when I do stuff like that. I've kind of learned my lava lesson. A little bit. Not a lot. So, you know, I'm used to seeing Tomas at conventions. It happens all the time. See him there, you know, we hang out. He was actually mad at me when I saw him at the marathon because I didn't hang out with him much at MindCon. He thought I was snubbing him, which I wasn't. I was just... MindCon is one of those places where nothing you want to have happen happens, and you just do what you're told and accept it. It's like being in some kind of, like, masochistic relationship or something where you're just like, all right, I'm getting tied down in the bed now. Congratulations, Michael. But anyways, that's beside the point. So see him all the time at conventions, and that's a normal occurrence because he's there for business. And I'm like, all right, you know, I welcome back to America, Tomas. It's good to see you. Well, I've decided something about him, and the reason why I'm a little bit scared to say it is because you know, like I said, he felt like I wasn't his friend at Minecon, because we saw each other, but then we didn't really hang out or anything. We just like exchanged pleasantries and then went on about our lives. And his wife's always there with him too, and she's a very nice lady. She's cool to hang out with as well. So she's actually the one that called me out at the marathon. It's like, you didn't hang out with us. And Tomas was mad, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't even realize, man. I'm sorry. But let's put down some torches so we can kind of know our way back. So at the marathon, Sevidus had a meeting at Twitch for something. I don't know what it was. And also Twitch does this thing where if you work there, they just fucking full-on buffet-style meal happens every night. They order a shitload of pizzas, and they have catering every night for lunch and dinner. I don't know about breakfast. I don't know what happens at breakfast. I wasn't there for any breakfasts, but it might happen at breakfast too. I don't know. And it was nice. Like, they had like vegan options. Drew was happy. Like, but Sevidus wanted us all to join him over there, and it was the night of the debate. And I really wanted to watch the debate. I've seen all the other debates, and I didn't want to miss it. I mean, I didn't expect to like have anything profound happen at the debate or anything, but I still wanted to see it. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay here so I can see the debate. And Sev was like, what if I can guarantee that you can see the debate at Twitch? And I was like, okay, if you can call ahead and guarantee me that I will be able to see the debate, I will join you guys. I was high needs here. And so he called ahead, and he had them agree to set up the projector in their dining space. So not only did I see the debate, all of the Twitch employees saw the debate, and I think it was good because they were all watching. Like, a lot of them would have missed the debate had I not forced it upon them all. But even after everyone ate, like, I saw a lot of people hang behind and continue to watch. So I feel like I did a good deed or something. Which was cool. I mean, if you look at my Twitter, you can see I actually tweeted a picture out of us watching the debate there at Twitch. So we get there, watch the debate. They have a full bar too, so Milby's getting drunk. He's trying to get me to drink a bunch of wine. Like, they didn't have, like, they have just basically beers and stuff, and I can't really drink beer. And I've been drinking a lot less for the last little while. I've actually completely quit. I don't even have any alcohol in my house anymore. I am a sober boy for life is my goal here. But that's neither here nor there. In regards to this story, but we can talk about that some other time. Debate finishes, and suddenly there's Tomas. And I'm so used to just running into Tomas at conventions or whatever. At first, I didn't think much of it. I thought, oh, hi, it's Tomas. We're at a convention. And then a little bit later, it dawned upon me, we're not at a convention. We're at the marathon. There's no reason for Tomas to be here. Why is Tomas here? And I never asked him. I never said, you're not from this country. Why are you here? Again, I'm not saying this in any way like I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to hang out with him. None of that is true. It's just, and as the night progressed, I've decided a thing about Tomas, and I'll get to that. But so he just existed in this space that I could not understand why. Again, this is not a negative thing. Make sure that's very clear. I'm mainly worried that if he's listening, he's taking this the wrong way. So it's good to see him. We talked for a while, his wife as well. And then after the debate ended, I decided that I was going back to get some sleep. I was going back to the hotel and going to get some rest. I was pretty tired. And I had promised Seth. Seth and I had made a pact prior, because him and I both started going. Like he used to go to the gym all the time too, and then he'd stopped for a while, and now he started going back as well. And so we've both been going to the gym on a regular basis and stuff, and he knew that about me as well. And before the marathon, he'd messaged me on Skype. He's like, "Hey, we're roommates. Let's be gym buddies too while we're there." I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. We can motivate each other, because a lot of times when you travel, it's hard to be wowee. Be careful about that magma. Wowee. All right, so this is not a way we're going. That is all lava all day. So I looked at Seth and I was like, "Let's do it, man. Let's get out of here." He's like, "All right, yeah, we got gym in the morning." I'm like, "Yep." And so we got up to start to leave, and said goodbye to everyone, Tomas, etc. And we're starting to make our way out. I'd spent a little bit of time talking to one of the guys at the Extra Life Guild there in San Francisco. He was hanging out at Twitch. I met him at TwitchCon a couple years back. He's a nice guy, and him and it was kind of a little bit awkward because it was him and his ex-girlfriend, and she was constantly talking about her new boyfriend, and I could tell he wasn't too keen on hearing the story. At least it didn't feel like that. I mean, I may have been reading more into it than there was there, but it felt awkward. I felt awkward in the situation. So I don't know if he did as well, but maybe I was just projecting that awkwardness. I don't know. But they both seemed like nice people. Well, I mean, I already knew him, but she also seemed like a nice person. So anyways, after all that had happened, I was going to leave, and here comes Milby. He tackles me on my way out. He's like, "You're not leaving! No!" And I was like, "But Milby, gym." And he's like, "No! You're not allowed!" And, Milby's one of my favorite people. Like, no jokes about this. Favorite people in the world. I could hang out with him every day, and I don't think I'd ever get tired of the guy. So I couldn't say no to him. As much as I wanted to walk away at that moment and tell Milby, "Okay, Milby, I'm sorry, you're drunk, and I'm going to be an adult at this time, and I'm going to go to bed sober, and I'm going to get up in the morning and go to gym with my friend Seth." I basically chose my friendship at this moment. At this juncture, I chose which friend I was going to honor, and Milby won. So I'm sorry, Seth. Because as a result of this choice, I didn't make it to the gym in the morning. And Seth gave me the saddest eyes in the morning, because he woke me up. But we'll get to that. So Co was with me as well. Co was also going to bell on the Twitch party. It wasn't really a Twitch party, but it was people partying at Twitch. He was going to bell with us, and we were all going to go be mature adults and go to bed. And then Milby happened. Fucking Milby, man. Milby, man. Much quartz do I have so far? Man, look at all this glowstone. Let's turn it into a thing. Let's do it like that, because they've broken dragging stuff for the most part. Alright. So, let's go get this quartz. I was hoping to see a stronghold over there. All I saw was a sea of damn lava there. I didn't even notice how much quartz I have. Oh, stacking 12, okay. So we at least convinced Milby to leave Twitch. We're like, alright, well, let's at least get out of here. And I was like, we'll go back to the hotel bar, because I knew the hotel bar closed at 10. And I knew we were going to be safe. If we just went there, it'd be closed at 10, and that would be that, right? We could go to bed, and we'd be right there beside our beds. And so it would all just work itself out, right? So Milby agrees to that. So we walk back, and this is, if you've seen the podcast, this episode could go on for too long, so you're going to have to miss out on the Milby extravagant story here, because this is the story of Tomas today. which I thought at this point I wasn't going to see Tomas anymore. We'd said our goodbyes, and I wasn't going to be seeing him anymore. He was, see you next convention, friend. So, again, if you, maybe I'll tell the story of Milby in another episode, because there's a good Milby story that goes along with all of this. The journey home and everything that happens with Milby that night is pretty fantastic. I don't know where Stronghold's at. Like, down here's where my portal was at, right? Somewhere around in here. Is it over here where my portal was? So we could just go back up that way. It is. So here's where the portal was. Let's see if we can find the Stronghold somewhere else. But at least I don't have to figure out where I'm at when it's time to go back. Know where I'm at. I think I'm going to gather this stuff right here, too, because someone had suggested earlier filling someone's house with this as a prank, someone's floor. That'd be kind of funny. Can't you do something with it? Can't you, like, craft it? I feel like there's a thing you can do with this. I don't know what it is there. Maybe it's maybe a bigger grid, the crafting table. Or maybe you can't do anything with it. Who the hell knows? I certainly don't know. So we go back to the hotel and get Milby a drink there at the bar in the hotel. And at some point, everyone shows back up from Twitch, the rest of the group. And they say they want to go... Oh, and the bar was shutting down the hotel. 10 o'clock had come around, and this was my moment. This was my moment to still be able to go to the gym, still be Seth's friend, and still I had sat. Milby had his people, the other people. He still wanted me and Co to join. He wasn't satisfied with just everyone else. It was, the show must go on. Basically, I think those words were actually said. So Co was like, "No, I'm going to bed," and I was like, "No, Co, you can't leave me with Milby. I can't be alone in this." And again, there was more to the Milby story. At this point, he had rode me across a street. He'd punched me in the face. He had thrown piss on me. A lot had happened in between Twitch and where we're at right now in this story. And again, maybe that's a story for another time. I'm sure now that I've said he threw piss on me and punched me in the face, there's a lot of people that feel like they're really missing out on a better story here. Like, the Tomas story is great and all, but what about the piss and everything else? Well, there's a lot of stories that can be told, and today this story is the Tomas story. So we aha! I say. Let me finish up the Tomas story really quickly. The moral of the Tomas story is we get to the other bar, and Tomas starts buying me drinks. And then Milby gets us kicked out of this bar, and we go to another bar, a much nicer bar. And Tomas is still buying me drinks. And at this point, I'm drinking Top Shelf Long Islands, and they're $32 each, and Tomas is buying them all. Tomas was a really nice guy. And I've decided that Tomas is Satan. I know that this sounds mean and bad, and it's not. I don't feel badly that he is Satan. It's just what he is. It's the only thing that can make sense. You know how when I said before that beef didn't have legs, it was my own rationale for why he couldn't make it to these events. Sometimes it just makes sense, right? And this is how my mind works. I must rationalize why certain things are the way they are. And Tomas isn't American. There's no reason he should have appeared at Twitch. There's no reason he should have appeared again at the bar we showed up at and prevented me from going to the gym by buying me drinks. He basically poured them down my throat as Satan. He is Satan, and I'm just glad that Satan is my friend. Because it's better to be friends with Satan than enemies with Satan. And And I think that is my moral for today's story, or not moral, but my message for today's story. I've realized that Satan used to work at Skype. He doesn't work there anymore. Maybe that's why Skype is the way it is. Satan worked there. If you're listening, Tomas, please don't take this as an insult. It is just facts, and I love you all the same. I am proud to be friends with Satan. And I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. That is my story. That is the Tomas story. Maybe in the next episode we'll tackle this stronghold, and I'll tell the Milby story. Milby's not Satan. He is a roundhouse ninja. But that's a story for another episode. Thanks you guys for watching. Leave a like for Satan, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.